Okay, so I think that I've got it sorted out. I'll just go in here and I'll show you what it's going to be. So it's going to depressurize because I haven't really set that up yet. Close that so it'll pressurize. Wait for it. Now I can breathe the stale compressed air. So here we are. We have an extra monitor there. Lighting is automatic, and the sensor that's right there. So anytime I'm in the room, it'll be illuminated. As soon as I leave the room, it'll shut off. Don't know if that has any impact on performance or not, but that's the way it goes. Over here, I have another sensor to a light that is solely for the toilet. Just, you know, because you don't always want to have your bathroom light on, so well, there we go. I've named everything that can be named to coincide with this one room. I don't know what to put on here yet, or even for that one, for that matter. But I thought it would be cool to have these here. You could put, probably could put a little landscape or something like that, or put information on there. So I think this is going to be the perfect size for the quarters. I'll have these guys here that we can, or I can set up for lighting. I don't know, maybe set it up for changing the displays. I don't know. I figured I'd put some button panels around just in case. But that's it. After all the stress and toiling and everything, I think that this has finally worked out okay. I'm not displeased with it. I think it looks much better than just having a box. So, I mean, why don't we just sit down here? Of course, that's the unfortunate part, is that I guess I could set it one of those buttons to shut off the sensor so that it would not trip like this. But so there we go. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy. So what I want to do is, that's what I want to do. Let's set up this like the asteroid base before. Set up action. So when it's pressurized, this door will be off. When it's depressurized, it will be on. Okay, so I'm going to I want to shut the terminal off. And then right here I will set the vent to depressurize toggle on off. And maybe let's set this, I don't have the sensors set to be chosen in here, do I? That's okay. So then, what we do is we'd put our mask on, we'd hit this button. So let me, okay, so I'm gonna hit this, and what should happen is, now the door is off. So I couldn't get out and waste the oxygen. Let me out, let me out! So all you do is hit that top button. Wait a couple seconds, the door goes green, it means it's depressurized, we can go out and not lose any oxygen. Lights go off, close the door, and that's it. And so I'll do the exact same thing in this direction, for kind of a mirror image. I've already updated my blueprint to incorporate the new ceiling layout. And I think for the time being, excuse me, I had to yawn a little bit there. It's late. For the time being, I think I will put 2 quarters here, and then in the opposite corner over here, I'll put 2 quarters over here. then what I'm thinking is maybe I will have like a medical bay. I don't know, maybe I don't want to create like a dining facility or something, but I don't know, something. Maybe another set of quarters. There will be a control room in here because we'll have to worry about the radiation and all that stuff. I never did look. I think that reactor is done down here. Yep, it's done. Just doesn't have any uranium in it. That's okay. There needs to be a battery room. So there's a few things to do. Well, I've been spending a lot of time down in the asteroid building. And during that time, I've been thinking that, well, I'm about due for a surprise attack. And since there's some things that have been spawning, you know, nearby, I think I need to bolster my defenses. So what I was thinking would be a good idea would be for me to incorporate the defense shields that everybody's using and seem to be very awesome. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll find a blank one here. Let's see, what's it under? Shields? Yes. So I know I need an emitter. I know I need a controller. And I don't know about this. There's a modulator. And was there something else? Yes, there's an enhancer. So I don't know what those things do. But first I know I need to place an emitter. So I'm going to put that right there. And I don't know if you've noticed, a keen observer would have noticed possibly, that all this time I have been, oh, I forgot, I shut off the ship's nanobots. All this time I have been processing field emitters. There we go. Kind of curious to see if that's going to fully complete or not. Well, I'll let it go. Well, let me check before I go inside. Computers. Oh, I need computers and a few more field emitters. Alright, well, let's go in here and see what I need to do to get that moving. Okay, first off, let me dump off these things. Okay, so let me start off from the beginning and get rid of all these guys. I know I need computers, so let me put 1,000 of those. No, 1,000. Put 1,000 of those in place. And then I need... Actually, I don't need that many. We'll go that many. You know what? I plan on doing something with these as well. So... Gold. Gold. So then, let's go to the refinery. Find gold. pull the platinum out, I'll put the gold in, and what I'll do is I'll move the gold to the front, and that way it'll be the first thing taken. So now, let's go upstairs and decide on a place for the shield controller. Now, the idea I have is that I want to put the shield controller here. But I don't want to go through the whole thing with the corner light, which, you know, may be trivial, but I don't want to do it. So I'm going to put a temporary block in place to hold it. And now it didn't drop. Yay. You can see the back side of this stuff here. And now I should be able to place a controller, and I will make it an appropriate color to match the rest. No, I'll make it a little off color. We'll do that. And let's see here. That looks like that's upright. Whoo! And it started making that thing right away. So now I want to replace this conduit. And you beat me to it. Okay. I don't know if the emitter is functioning or not. I don't think it is yet, so let's go in this control panel here. First off, I'm going to label it. And then there's shield frequency, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Huh. Okay, so then I will go... I guess the options won't come up until after everything's finished, I guess. I don't know. So we'll let that go. So the next thing I want to do is toss some stuff in here. I don't need to carry it around with me. I went crazy with that stuff. Well, it is what it is. Let's take a look and see how we're doing refinery-wise. Okay, 135, 267, 87. Okay, all of these. Displays. Okay. So we're definitely good on everything now as far as just waiting for the emitter to be finished, I think. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. See how many we need left. Oh! I didn't realize I need detector components and gravity components. Well, heck. Alright, so I need to make 20 detector components and 40 gravity components. Wow! Wasn't paying attention. So I was starting to do other things, just shuffling stuff around to continue the process to try and get the shield emitter online. And I remembered, first off I was getting stuck next to the reactor, that I had also put these shield enhancers into my whatchamacallit, my toolbar here. I have no idea what they do, but they say enhance. So I'm thinking that maybe if I put one here, and I put one over here, it's got to be a good thing, right? I mean, because it says enhance. So 2's got to be better than 1, right? I don't know. There's no context in the it says context help not available. So unlike the shield modulator or the shield controller and the ship emitter, nothing. So I don't know what the enhancer does, but I'm gonna have 2 of them. So we'll just see what happens. Radio communication components. Okay, so now we're down to radio communication components. I can do that. And it's very possible I might be doing some redesign to the ship, but that'll be later on. Because it would be nice to be able to access everything without having to fly around in here. So let me see here. Let's get into the production, and I need... First off, let me bring that back up again, just so that I can see the total quantity required, which is 16. I'll just go ahead and I'll just request 40. And I really wish that because of this section of the name is identical. And typically, things like order themselves automatically based on that. So this should be the first one, this should be the second one, this should be the third one. I don't know why these 2 are like that. I can't see anything different. So I'd like to be able to just see the master, just go to it, you know? So now, those guys are cool looking. They kind of glow? Is that what they're doing? Oh, they've got faceted sides. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so let's take a look and see what this says here. Shield enhancer. Controller link. False, because the controller I don't think is done. I don't know. Enhancer. Starboard. So, my intention now is to remove these walls, the bunks, the bathroom, the toilet, because I'm going to join these together into one big room. Oops. At least that's the intention. Okay, so what we have at this point is an empty room.
And this room will turn into the sick bay. Now what I want to do is, I like what I started, unbeknownst to me. Kind of a two-tone in here. So I want to try and continue that. See if I can do that without disturbing anything. I think that's going to work. Some of these are going to disappear because I know what this is going to look like. But now I need to shut off the nanobots and start preparing for the medical room. So now I'm going to turn that. Oh, yeah, it is already on. That's right. So now I change the blueprint to the sick bay. And now you can see where some of this stuff is at. So now I need to remove that. And then remove that. Remove that. That gets removed. I hope this looks good. And then these guys are going to be a darker color because of the windows there. That can't be there. That might work. That might work. I'll leave that alone for now. That I need to take care of. Just in case, I want to make sure that the rotor is completely clear of everything so that there is no hiccups anywhere. I believe that is that, and then that. I think. Oh. I think that's everything. It's everything there, I believe. And if I remember correctly, up here? Yes. That's it. Yes, this is where it's at. So I don't know if this is going to be an approved sick bay, but this is what I came up with. You saw me creating it as I was going through. So we have some couches here for people to wait. Administrative people here that will do their thing. I don't know what I'm going to put up there, but it'll be something medical related, I'm sure. Nice glass separators between the care units here. And these guys, they jump in and out. Good to go. Beds. Get the beds. So now we have a cryo chamber. Yeah, a cryo chamber with each bed. So let's say in a multiplayer thing, you could log out in the cryo chamber, or you could log out in the bed. We can look at it as intensive care. We're not sure what's wrong with you, so we're gonna freeze you until we can figure it out. Or you can just get over the stomach flu right there. The glass is kind of a mock privacy kind of thing, also a little bit of design. I wanted to fill the entire ceiling with small blocks, but just the struggle of doing this medical room here, I came up with this kind of thing because I couldn't get it to look right. And when I finally did this, I gotta color those. When I finally did this, I was pretty happy with it, so I went with that out here. Then, even though I didn't need it, I went ahead and made kind of a louvered thing there for the vent, just to kind of complete that 2-block hole that's right there. And some plants to, mellow you out because you have a terminally because you're terminally ill, being here on the asteroid and exposed to all the solar radiation and infected pirates and so forth. I don't know where I come up with that stuff. And some time ago, someone mentioned something about having the walls kind of transition to different colors, and this was like a season or two ago. And I decided to try it out. I had the dark gray on the very top, and then a lighter gray, and then this pale blue that I really like, that I kind of whipped up with the color picker. And then this clinical medical white that I used on pretty much everything else, and then kept the little gray here and there. And then the lights, I've tweaked those so they have kind of a pinkish glow, kind of suggesting this is a hospital thing, even though most hospitals are unnecessarily excruciatingly bright. I thought this would be nice to differentiate this room. And and a couple of disconnected. They're not connected to the system, just like in the quarters. A couple of cargo containers, and I have this set up exactly the same as in the quarters. So if I click that, it will, as right now it's set to depressurize, and if I click that, it will try to pressurize the room, and it will shut off the doors so that you can't go out with it pressurized. And you push that button, it depressurizes, and then you can go out. It's my hope that when I finally get all of these rooms and structures in place, that I will be able to make a box around this area and make this airtight. So we'll have the beauty of the cobalt and this open kind of industrial asteroid-looking interior. But behind the walls, completed by the build and repair, will be a sealed box so that this can be a no visor zone. and in case you're wondering, this will be just like the rest of them. I'm just using this as my in and out because it's easier than than leaving a window pane removed from the reactors and trying to navigate between the reactors up and down. A couple times I've forgotten that I needed oxygen, and it was a good thing that I had that quick route out where I have the miner sitting so that I can run out there and replenish my supplies. And the good thing is that there have not been any attacks whatsoever. Just a couple of things. The one thing that I'm noticing with the EM right now that's I think maybe a hiccup is that there are a lot of traders and processing stations that are in the area. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I've decreased the quantity of asteroids, but that's what's going on. So, now I'm all filled back up again. And of course, the only reason why I don't have a missile turret and a Gatling gun on this one as I do the other ones is that if I do get attacked, they will only have a very limited amount of munitions and would run out and probably get destroyed, whereas these ones would be able to continue to pummel whoever, wherever, and however. So, I've been in kind of a funk lately, and I think this may have helped me get out of it. I still feel kind of bleh, but I couldn't have been lacking in creativity if I wasn't able to create this. So I feel blah, but I'm still creative. Creatively blah. And just for anybody who didn't know, I mean, these are the quarters, and I same kind of thing. See the way that I used the small blocks to do the entire ceiling? That's what I wanted to do in the medical bay, but yeah, it didn't work out too well. So yeah, actually able to see like a night light there. And then these ones are set up the same way as far as the vent, which is hidden behind all of this stuff, because there's plenty of gap around and everything. It's not airtight. Even if I had these blast door blocks perfectly against the walls all the way around, it's not airtight. So, and this is disconnected from the rest of the system. You don't see it in the list if I pull up a list for the cargo containers and everything. They won't be there purposely. So there's two entrances. This basically is that same thing that I was creating when I redid the blueprint, and that's what that turned out to be. So now what my idea is that I will use the general room like this in the opposite corner. I will take those two and make a similar set like that over here, but I'm not going to worry about that just now. I'm going to, oh, you know what, I do want to put in somewhere in here a sensor so that well, I'll deal with that later. It's just a sensor to turn the lights off. I can just do this. Groups. off. Do the same thing over here. There we go. Nighty night.